Much peace to you guys. What up? Today I want to speak about how to be in alignment with your true higher self, with your best version, how to actually listen to your heart, and how to actually step into a process of freedom where you can actually express yourself freely, where you can actually have free will in order for you to actually expand as love. Let's see how this goes, and let's start with defining what the higher self is. Now, there is a difference between the material realm, which we call 3D, and the divine realm, which may be the fifth dimension. Okay, so we are guided by angelic realms, we are guided by our higher selves. Our higher selves are actually the best version of ourselves. The higher self is this untouchable being that has always been with you. And in order to actually connect to this higher self, you must realize that this higher self is actually speaking to you through your feelings. Okay, so your emotional field is your best guidance system. Okay, your emotional field is your best guidance system, and the more that you actually allow yourself to feel everything without judgment, the more that you will actually step into your higher self. Okay, so whenever something comes through you, a feeling, allow it to be there. Allow it to be there and actually detach yourself from the feeling itself. Just let it be there and actually observe it. Okay, in observation we actually learn how to connect with our higher self. Also meditation. Okay, so realize that when you are actually meditating, you are entering a space where you are just observing yourself, you are observing your thoughts, you are observing your breath, you are observing your body, you are observing your feelings. Okay, this is where the higher self actually is, in observing. Okay, we are actually observing. The moment that you actually become a bit more passive and you actually dare to enter a flow state, now you will actually connect to your higher self. Okay, also the higher self is about combining the masculine and the feminine divine energies. So realize that at an energy level you are not a man or a woman, you are actually both. Okay, yes, in the physical realm we may appear like we are men or women, but we are actually at an energetic level, we are both. Okay, so the moment that you actually balance these two energies is the moment that you realize that you can actually become free to actually step into action and to actually come back and actually appreciate your action. Okay, so appreciation is about the feminine, action is about the masculine. Okay, the more that you find the balance inside of this flow, the more that you find the balance in this flow, the more that you will actually connect to your higher self. Okay, so the higher self in a way always speaks to you. It may speak to you through your thoughts, through your feelings, through signs. It may speak to you through synchronicities. It may speak to you through people that you meet. It may speak to you through anything. Okay, so in order to actually find alignment, we must also realize that we cannot always be in alignment. We cannot, it's really hard to always stay there. And if you actually expect yourself to always be in alignment, then you will find yourself being actually in pain, because you are actually in resistance with your lower nature, which actually has its own purpose as well. Okay, so in order to actually understand our highest nature, we must actually learn how to embrace our lowest nature. Okay, we must actually learn how to embrace our shadows. Our shadows. Yes, we must actually learn how to embrace our shadows. Okay, so realize that wherever you are standing in life, you can always find that alignment. Yes, you can always step into a space of consciousness that is made by happiness, joy, bliss. At the same time, you also do have to understand your lower nature, which is about your fear, your flaws. Okay, you have to understand yourself completely in order to actually step into a space of completion. Okay, so realize that there is duality in everything, and the more that you actually practice and the more that you actually learn how to stay in your highest nature, the better you will feel, right? So realize that yes, this higher self is available to everybody. This higher self is actually available to everybody, and we do have the power to actually step into a space of consciousness that actually allows us to be, to feel, to actually step into action, and to actually create a better relationship with ourselves. Okay, so the more that you actually give yourself self-love, no matter what, the more that you give yourself self-love no matter what, the more that you will actually connect to this higher self. And the higher self actually loves you unconditionally. And some experiences actually make you actually want to connect to this higher self. For example, in my journey, when I used to be in a crisis called the dark night of the soul, I was really confused. And what I got a message that my higher self was actually there protecting me. My higher self was actually there protecting me. Okay, so I began to actually question what this higher self is, and then I began to actually connect to the idea of the higher self, and not only to the idea but to the energy itself. Okay, so yes, the higher self is available to everybody, and the higher self is us. In a way, the higher self is actually you, in a way. Okay, so from my perspective, the purpose of this journey is to actually connect to that smooth vibration where we can actually begin to activate our energy centers in order to actually be our most complete self. Okay, so this is how to actually connect to your higher self. Yeah, guys, this is it. Dare to actually ask that divine energy to actually come through you. Okay, dare to ask the divine energy to come through you and to actually connect with your higher self in a smooth and easy way. I love you guys, much peace, and see you on what is coming up next, which is, I don't know, we'll see. Okay guys, peace, ciao.